just going to kind of have to watch this thing. This is earnings are just Russian roulette. We're just in this kind of distribution area. So Moderna is trading about $7 higher in the aftermarket. I am short. I was looking at this little triangle, and these triangles are neutral patterns. They can break one way or another. And I just thought the bigger patterns, the resistance, what have you, we'll see what happens here. I try and learn from each experience the next time. And I was a devil's advocate because I did see these two kind of reversals in here. And sometimes when things close on two lows or two highs, like, sometimes when the market closes like this, it looks like, well, it's closed on the high, but those, like on an intraday or whatever, sometimes these are double tops. Similarly, when you close like this, they're bottoms. And so you can see you had these 2 days where they both went and they close on the low. I always try and look for where's the obstacles, where's the trap. And so, you have this guy right here made a key reversal. So, this would still have to kind of come through here. This is kind of a descending triangle, and we'll see what happens. So right now, it looks like Moderna is going to open slightly above this triangle, about 167 or so. Then the next level of prices is around the 171.2 area. We're just in this banging area. We may break out. Just going to kind of have to watch this thing. This is earnings are just Russian roulette. We're just in this kind of distribution area. And who knows? It could, continue to do all of this. Markets need time to roll over from their primary trend. And this goes to the stock market too. I'm kind of looking at backing and filling. It was down yesterday. It's up today. And I think this is August. And so I'm going to just have to see. There's some, again, some real resistance at 170. We're going to open around 168. So we're kind of at a moment of truth with Moderna. I just can't see this continuing. Sometimes I just try and draw in my mind, what it would look like. So if it opens here, can it, do this? I can do anything, I suppose. Anything can do anything. So I'm still looking to see how we behave within this thing. Is it just a kind of a fake out where we come up here and then we break back? Or, does this get some traction in here? So we'll know pretty soon. I typically like to, unless this thing starts getting away, I've got a pretty big position on. So I don't want this thing really to get away from me. So we'll see what happens. I've been taking pot shots at Tesla against this reversal high. Every time it got up here, I took a pot shot the other day at about 925. I got out at 890. Yesterday I shorted at 914. I got out at 900. So I've been taking little whacks at, this area. We're going to open again at about 920. And I'm going to put a limit in around 932, 935 up against this high. So you can see we've got a reversal here. Now we're going to open higher. And I'm going to take a whack and just put a, limit order to sell it at around 932. Just see how that goes against this high. I think it was somewhere around 935. So I don't know if this is going to be an area where we finally fail or what have you, but I've just been taking some, discriminatory whacks at this thing and carving out some good profits. It's still kind of an uptrend, and, we'll have to see what happens there. The one stock that I really like, we've been looking at this for a long time. This is like the euro versus the pound. This thing just doesn't want to just doesn't want to get going ever. And at some point it's got to, but it's like it, probably go broke before it does. So, we're in this giant bear trend in the, this is Biogen, ticker symbol BIIB. It's a weekly chart. To me, it's very bearish. And then we've broken this very important trend line around 220. And you can see we're just hovering below this thing, but it's just been a grind. But this thing has a look of kind of wanting to roll over. I thought it was going to go here, but then I always talk about this concept of spacing. You got to get through all of this underbrush here. So you've got to kind of, the more you can kind of build away so that you can put some distance, then it can fall. But I think that, it's getting more and more, this cake is getting more and more baked. You got a key reversal there, a reversal there. This may be an inside weak bar, which means it doesn't go anywhere. Up move today, I want to take a crack at it. Close at 209, looks like it's trading a little bit higher. So I might, try and get some on at, 211, 212.
Dow Jones is that rolling?
It's got some strength this morning. So I think it'll be stronger than, they trade off every day. Dow Jones is weaker than the NASDAQ. Now Dow Jones is stronger than the NASDAQ today. So, you're at this area at 33,000. I'm hoping we can get at 33,500. I want to see one more push to the edge of this diamond pattern on the monthly. We've kind of reversed. So you made a new high for the week. You went through unchanged. And that typically sets the course. And then, of course, Friday is really going to be the day, the jobs report and what have you. So I'm hoping that we can, do one more push in here and get one more stab higher. So let's see, the downtrend comes in. Yeah, this is the area that I'm looking for, right around this 33.5. So I'm hoping that we can have one more stab up there. There's still, is not ready to be shorted. It's not got a pattern to really come off. So you can see we tipped the low side of the pattern yesterday, and now we're going back up. So you can play these channels too. You can see how every time it tips here, it's actually a good little buying thing here.
Would there be any consideration to like the resistance in June?
This to me never stood out as something that was going to hold. This, when I see something like this, that's definitive. But when you see like everything kind of just muck around and hit the highs and then roll, that looks like kind of a squishy top. And I had a feeling we would return back here and, maybe take this out and re-challenge it. There's kind of a gap sitting right here at this 34. And I don't know if we're going to try and play close to that area. The path of least resistance for now is still somewhat higher. This is not a top. So that's the thing, you see it come off yesterday, but, is that going to be sustainable? And that, I don't think we built a sustainable top to roll. In fact, to me, this is the short-term governing pattern, and we're still kind of bouncing on this little uptrend line. So kind of path of least resistance is still somewhat higher. And the S&P, this 4,200, is very important. So we have the same kind of thing in the S&P, where we have this funky little area, but to me, it's not as definitive as, a pattern and, something like this. So I think we're betwixt, this breakout at 44 and this at 42. And I'm hoping we sneak somewhere up in here before we hit it. This thing still looks like it needs time. Even if it is going to roll over, even if I think it's going to go lower, this thing is not ready to go yet.
So you can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.